I'm Lizzie the Stitcher and welcome back to my Flosstube. Today I've got just a small update on my projects, and we're coming into bunny season, so I pulled out some of my bunnies. They're not cross-stitch, but they're bunnies I've made or bunnies I've collected. Just a few to get into the Easter season, and also a big thank you to everybody who gave me nice comments at the end of my last video. It was a bit of a shocker, a long one, and I won't do that again. So I'm just going to crack into it. Hope you've all got a cup of tea. Got to have a cup of tea. First up, I'm going to show you some of the bunnies. I've got Tilda bunnies, which was a kit I bought when I first started sewing, so quite some years ago. And so Tilda bunnies, let's see, so there's one, that's the baby one, and I'm trying a new camera position, so I'm hoping it works out. I've got my fairy lights on for you. So here's the mummy bunny. It was like primish fabric, and there's their little feet. And I have them, I've just got a piece of ribbon on the back and I hang them on the wall. So I made those and fell in love with them. I'll just put them over here. And then I bought a book from the UK. I think it was called La La Lupin. I don't have it anymore, but I went on a bunny spree and made 3 bunnies. And they've got fabric ears, buttons. I didn't sew the noses on. I like them without the noses. This one's got pajamas, cute little feet. There's one. This one was for my daughter. All the clothes I made from which were the instructions were in the book. I wouldn't call it beginner sewing. And there's my little Red Riding Hood bunny peeking under the hood, and she's got a little lace top and a lace dress, and the same feet again. So there's my little Red Riding Hood bunny. And this one was a different colour. I went for like a sagey green and cute little ears, and the same buttons for the eyes, and a little dress with pockets. And I did embroidery on my machine across the top of the pocket, and her feet are pink. Super cute. And then I was really into Tilda in the early days, and had a few of her books, and these were little mini bunnies, like little ballerina bunnies, and I just like drew the eyes on. Is it going to focus? There you go. I drew the eyes on, stitched a little nose, and there's a little guy bunny with shorts, super cute. And then I have other little, they're not bunnies, they're just on my little bookshelf here, sorry. Little teddy bears to go with them. So tiny. I'm trying to hold them. Super cute. I've got 2 more. Should have pulled them down. So cute. I just bought some paper roses from the scrapbooking section to put in the ears. I don't know what these are, bears or foxes, I don't know, but they're just so cute. Anyway, that's not bunnies. And then I've got 3 little statues I bought from, I think it was Bourton on the Water in the UK, and there was a Beatrix Potter shop, and this is going back when I was like 25, and I bought these little, which way does it go? Little Beatrix Potter statue things, pottery. I've got that one, and little bunnies eating their food. And because I love gardening, well, I didn't then actually, but look at that, so cute. So I have them displayed on my shelf so I can enjoy bunnies all year long. Okay, into the cross stitch. Where do I start? Finally finished Shepherd's Bush stocking, Anna. That one there. Mostly the called for threads, a few substitutions. And it's big. And I didn't use beads, I just embroidered, did crosses for the berries. And I'm hoping this will show, it's so big. And I did the word faith at the top instead of names. And I'll bring the board down. There's the little sheep at the bottom. Oh, this is huge. A little boat. So I think there's words fear not, which I haven't put on, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So all I had to do was that top vine for that one. So one finish. Where am I going to put all these? The next finish I had was the La-Di-Da freebie that I was doing on a scrap of 30 count cocoa, and it was letters and leaves. Hopefully the lighting is okay. So I used Classic Colourworks Wavy Navy and Deep Blue Sea, I think it was. And you can see this side. Oh, how am I going to do this? This side here came out darker than that side. That's just the variegation in the thread and how it came out. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to turn that one into. I was going to do a pillow. I have too many pillows, so I may turn it into a needle book, although it's quite big. So I just have to ponder that one. So that was a finish. And my next one was a bit of a celebration to finish. Welcome Spring by Brenda Gervais with the sheep. And it was on 40 count, which my eyes have trouble with. I haven't worked out a good magnification yet that works, but I finished it. Some of the called for threads, but I made a lot of changes because I couldn't get the called for, so I think it turned out really cute. So in the end, I tried starting with stitching in hand, but it wasn't really working. The stitches in the grass are all bumpy. So then I swapped over to the hoop, and I basically had to stick and stab method to get it done. And I just ploughed through and got it done. So that one I'll probably turn into a pillow. I could frame it. I don't know. Super cute. So I'm happy with that. Then I had a new start and a finish, and it's Teresa Kogut. Let's see if this shows. Teresa Kogut freebie, which is on her blog website. Kindness is free, and I made some changes. So that's the freebie. And then what I did was I wanted my two cats on there, Pixie and Trixie. So instead of the dog, I reversed the cat. Is that here? No, that's part of the linen. So I reversed the cat. I left out the words because it was becoming non-symmetrical and it didn't look right. It would have been fine if the dog had been there, but the cat's a different size. So I took out the is free words, left the kindness at the top. There are some errors in here, but it is what it is. And it's supposed to have lots of these doodads, but they don't really show up. So I just did the two and left them there. And I changed the colours a little bit. So the dress has a design, and the two blues were really similar. So I've changed the two blues to 926 and 924 DMC. The rest is DMC. and I added 3777 for Trixie the cat. It's just a slightly different brown than the brown that was in the birds, and it's on 35 count raw linen. And I was going to frame that, but it's quite tiny, and I have a hoop, and I think it will actually look not too bad in the hoop. So I will look for some ribbon or something blue to wrap around the hoop, and then I will be putting that in my sewing room. So that was a good finish. What's next? Excuse me. I've got my ironing board back in the room, my dad's chair. I was sitting on it with all my DMC boxes open because I was hunting for colours, and I bobbinate my DMC, and it has a footstool with the chair, and I had my bobbin boxes on the footstool, and I stood up to get something, knocked the footstool, and my bobbin boxes went all over the floor, and my whole family knew it, and my daughter came running back and helped me put everything back in numerical order because I was not a happy chappy. So the chair went out. I've squashed it into our lounge. It doesn't really fit in there, but it's okay. So I can have my ironing board back. Yay! Who would be excited about ironing? Me! I've missed it. Anyway, where are we going with that? I don't know. Oh yeah, and my E picture fell off the wall. The silly little command hook gave up and the frame broke, so now it's in a different frame. So it's not quite as nice a frame, but it's been disasters here. Okay, so I had some new starts. Bonnie in the Fans of Blackbird Designs Facebook page, she's said that there's another page for, I didn't write it down. I put it in my notes from my last video, so I'll try and remember to put it down in the description box below. And it's for the Christmas garden stitch along for Blackbird Designs from the Home for the Holidays book. And I decided to pick the Christmas garden as my leap year day start for, I've got 4 years to finish it. Some people are already finishing theirs because they've been, it was already a whip. So I picked that, and my floss did not come until the 1st of March, so I couldn't start it on the leap year day, leap day. I can't say that for some reason. But it did come. I made a start. It's on 36 count Cream and Sugar by Fibre on a Whim, and my flosses are here. I'm using the called for, except I'm adding Wood Trail by Gentle Art, which is a brown. There's Fool's Gold by Classic Colourworks, Calico Kitty. Hope that's focusing, I can't tell. And Endive by Gentle Art, which is the green. So here's my start. So I just started up in the corner, and I haven't done the red bits on the vine yet, on the border, but I've already made a couple of mistakes, so I think I'm going to do the border as I go on this one. And I'm going to try and work on it on the 29th of each month, or the day after, or the end of the month, basically, to get a few stitches in on a regular basis, and it should just keep growing. So that was a new start. My next start was, I was feeling the bunnies. Stacey Nash Designs. I did pull out the velvet carrot needle book, which is this one here. I did get some 40 count. Here I am. The sheep was on 40 count, and here I am starting another piece on 40 count. It's 40 count white by Zweigart, and I gave it a really good tea dunk. I used 3 tea bags, 2 teaspoons of coffee, and just a little bit of water. And these are the colours. So there's, I think those are the ones. Yep. Or are they? Yes. Got threads everywhere. And I started the bunny. So it's a headless bunny at the moment. So it's a little bit browner than what's showing in the pattern, but I think that'll make the white pop, and it kind of looks carroty looking. Yeah, so no head on the bunny. And I'm using the stick and stab method with a hoop. You can see the hoop mark, and I'm going left and right with the variegated thread to get the stripes. So happy with that. That's coming on quite nicely. I did change things up quite a bit this month with my stitching routine, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. My next new start was Blackbird Designs, Bringing Good Cheer, which is actually one of the newer patterns I've bought. I think it was at Christmas, and Patricia in the Fans of Blackbird Facebook group, she started it and finished it, I think. I made a start. I thought it was going to be easy. Everything I'm picking, I keep thinking is going to be easy, and it's not. Those are the, oops. Those are the colours. There's some blues, some oranges, Christmassy kind of. It's a bit brighter than what it's showing. So it seems I cannot count on the diagonal, because I thought I'd just run around the border with the outside leg and then build it up, but that wasn't working. So I think that's the top, or is it? Okay, I don't know which is the top. And so I've just been working on the border. So I've got to come up and go across, and I've got to fill in all these doodads. I did a few, but they were kind of monotonous, so I'll come back to those. That I am stitching on 36 count salted caramel by number 12 Stitch Co, which is very nice, and that's my thread hanging ready to go, because I've always got a thread ready to go. So I'm not too sure when I'll come back to that one, but I made a start. So what happened was I've been jumping around my projects a lot. So, and then I think it's 14 whips, which is like, that's huge for me. I'm used to usually just working on 1 or 2 things, finishing them and moving on. But those Plum Street ones, they're so big that they take quite a bit of time. I still like them, so I'm still going to keep doing them. So I decided to allocate 3 days this month for my whips, or my different projects, just random ones, 3 days each, and see how I get on. And it's not fun doing that. I don't enjoy looking at my book and going, oh, I have to work on this, when I'm still in the mood for the one that was working on the night before. But it is working, but it's just not fun. But then I got progress on my whips, and that's nice to see. So I felt good about that. So I'll just grab my whips. Excuse me again. Okay. Right, so Christmas ornaments. I finished the Country Cottage Needlework Santa. I think this is Poinsettia Place. And well, there's still a snowflake or two to do, but I get bored with those, so I'm calling it a finish, and I'll come back and do that later. And I just started my next one there, so that was good. So I'm not going to finish one of those this month, but I'm counting my shepherd's bush stocking as my ornament, albeit a very large ornament. I'll count that as the finish for this month. Blackbird Designs Bird Series. I finished the square for this one. Can't read backwards. Pleasure of the Fleeting Year, number 6. And technically I didn't finish it again. It has snowflakes, doodads, and I'm just totally over that type of stitching right now. So I may come back and do them, but also my thread is a very yellow, muddy snow. So if I do come back, I'm going to choose a cream, but I did do the snow at the bottom and the yellow because it's just going to be slushy snow. And then I started the next one, the Summer Beaming Forth, which, oh, who was it? Was it last night? Molly and, I should have written it down, my apologies, Kathy. I'll find their YouTube and I will put it in the description below. So Molly's going to do, I think it was a couple of these in the Garden Club series. Yay! So, okay. So this is, I'm stitching mine all on one big piece of home dyed fabric, 35 count. And so there's my finish for that one. You can see my muddy snow. And these look small. There's a lot of stitching, a lot. And the border isn't like, you have to count the border like Molly said, you've got to concentrate. So there's the two together, and then I'm coming over this way to do the next one. So I need to get some more stitching in on that in April. And I'm also doing the Garden Club as like a round robin with some friends. I don't know if I can show that, so I'm not showing that, just in case, because I think some are meant to be a surprise, some aren't. So, but I'm working on that too. So that's a nice, it's coming along good. And then everybody's stitching on the Blackbird design, so Joyce Day. And I got some good stitching on this. These are my threads, because we had a couple of weekends that were not nice weather, or we were just tired. So I actually spent, I think, 2 Saturdays getting quite a decent amount of chunk done on this. This is on, again, home dyed fabric, 35 count. And the last time I had done the top section, and I think I had done the satin stitches, so I came down, I still got to put some little speckles in there. I did the alphabet row, came down, did the bird, and then sprinkled the letters around it and made a start on the house. And that border changes colour, so I'm just counting to make sure I get it right. But I need to get those clips for my board. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. The house is fairly big to stitch. Hopefully you're seeing the colour okay. It's not super bright in my room today. It's sunny, but I'm on the dark side of the house. So that's just so pretty. I love that one. Okay, I'm getting down nearly at the end. Hang in there. Okay, this is my next one. The Plum Street Summer Moon with the bunnies. Got to do the bunnies. And these are the threads. Beautiful. We're heading into autumn. Still hot days, but the nights are really dropping pretty quickly, the temperature. but I'm not quite. I want to stitch what I see people stitching on Flosstube, and most of them are Americans who are stitching spring, and I'm like, I want to stitch spring, but I should pull out my autumn, something autumny, because it is autumn here. So this is all the called for colours, called for fabric, and I'm building my house up. So I think I'd gotten to the top of the windows last time, so I'm just creeping up, and oh, you can see the bunny. The lighting's just bad today, so there you go. It's a big building. I've got another 2 stories to go plus the side buildings and the flowers and the flags and the bunnies, quite a lot, but progress. Doesn't matter how much time you have, even if you just have a little bit of time, 1 thread a day is progress. The next one is Plum Street. This is the day. Lots of people have done this. Sorry about the glare. Big pink house. And last night I finished all the pink mortar on the brickwork so that I can start filling in the bricks. And this one's called for colours, but on 36 count vintage country mocha. And I have my thread there because I've got to unpick the step. I went too far over, so I have to unpick that. So I got the door done, and all the pink work is finished, so I can just start filling in the different colours and then branch off to whatever I branch off to next. So it's real happy colours. I like that one too. I like all of them. So that's it. I'm still waiting on my market goodies. There's a couple I still have to pay for because when I pre-ordered them, they came in late. I think it was the Blackbird books, and she didn't know the price at the time. And other Kiwis have got their Blackbird books, and I'm so jealous, but mine will come. I've been kitting up the threads for them. I think there's a couple missing I can't get. I'm hoping I can substitute them. I've been getting the threads for the Stacey Nash new animal crackers, the DMC and the, I think there's DMC, or is that another one? And some fancy floss. I'm not going to show them because they're not that exciting, but I got them. And I've been getting, what else have I ordered? Not a lot of haul. It's mainly threads so that I can stitch something. I did order, there was some fabric that came in stock, the Legacy by Picture This Plus. I ordered a piece of that, a piece of wren, which I've never seen or had, and I think it was sand, and I'm going to put them into my Blackbird projects. I just ordered 1 fat quarter because I didn't really know what they were like, but my Blackbird Designs Merrily needs like 20-inch wide fabric by 20-inch, I think it is, at a minimum. So that means you have to order more than a fat quarter, and that's super expensive. And so I'm thinking I'll choose sand, but they're out of stock already, so I might have to wait a while for that one. But that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope it made sense, and I will try to remember to go back to the description box and add any details, and if you have any questions, just ask. And have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.